Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Journey to the Farlands. World size sits at 48 gigabyte or 48.052 gigabytes, and subscriber count has gone up quite a ways since the last episode. Since I kind of went on my break there and did my last Journey stream before going for the break. The time I last played the world also was not that egregious. Some of the episodes you may be questioning my sleep schedule a bit, but looking not bad in my standards in terms of how late some of these things have gone. But today will certainly not be one of those. I've had a long day. Well, not particularly. I mean, I guess I got up early today, but I've had a long day of. Wow, freaking blow the hidey hole right open. But I've had a. Oh my gosh. Had a long day, and the world is not letting up. The storm continues. I don't know what these creepers have against me. They've started trying to end my run here. It's not going very good. It's not going very good. I ended the last one trying to get mushrooms because I want to start stockpiling them again. Oh, actually, I don't need to do that. Let's just do this here. There we go. I was stockpiling mushrooms to make lots of stew with because, yeah, I'm struggling, and I died last time because of friggin' creepers, and they've been non-stop going after me now. I don't know why. Just have not had very good luck recently. I mean, they always go after me no matter what, but it's just been extra bad. But today was a busy day nonetheless. Got up early and kind of ended my break visiting with family and stuff, and that was good. And I did a bunch of editing today. Got 2 videos edited. I know it's not a lot, but they both were fairly long streams, and I got 2 more to do tomorrow probably, or at least 1 more, and then another one later in the week. But I think it's safe to say that Subnautica is gonna only be a 1 episode a week thing for now, while I finish Below Zero, just because it's a lot on the plate doing 4 a week. I might even do 1 Subnautica every 2 weeks, or 1 Below Zero, I don't know, we'll see. Probably keep it at 2 Below Zero, just because that's been pretty manageable for me with my, activity and whatnot, being able to do that. Since you're close to finishing Below Zero, I say finish that. That's even a good idea too, honestly, because I went to do Subnautica episode 2 and the stream crashed like an hour in, so that's a good motivator. So it's less Subnautica for you to worry about. Yeah, that's true. Actually, I could just completely toss Subnautica aside because I haven't even uploaded the first episode yet. Oh, that's what happened? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the stream ended because the game crashed, and when the game crashes, the stream crashes, and PlayStation's fun like that. But I must have just ran into a bug, or not a bug, just the odd crash, and I didn't save or anything. And of course the broadcast ended. If I had saved, I would have gone back and continued it, but I didn't save at all during that stream, so I was like, I can go back to it later. So I haven't uploaded the first episode, like I said, so I'll probably upload that whenever I get back into it. Probably after Below Zero, and maybe even after Journey, we'll see. Because I'm not really in a rush to get back into that, to be fair, because I'm literally doing Below Zero right now. It's like it's the whole thing all over again, except now it's Below Zero being the main one, and Subnautica is kind of the side one. Because before it was Subnautica being the main thing, and I was trying to do Below Zero, so gotta learn the lesson at least once. Gotta take the hint. So yeah, I think Below Zero will remain at 2 streams a week, and then that takes that load off. And then Journey is gonna have to step it up, hopefully around the time Below Zero wraps up. And once Journey kind of goes into its final mode, which I probably should have been in for a while, but I'm out of my break now, and we're kind of almost there to the final push, and I want to really try and push to get there. So all other series will probably go on hold at that point, and it'll just be Journey, just so I can at least do it, or at least try to do it. You know, it's either like, this is basically the impasse now where I'm pretty far behind on journey productivity. So it's either now or never. Well, not never, but it's like now or quite a ways away. So I got to make up my mind, and I've been wanting to do it and finish the journey and just, you know, move on honestly a little bit. It's been a good world, but you know, it's like I've said recently, I'm kind of just, I think I'm going out of rotation with journey slowly here, and I wanna give it its proper exit, at least for now. I'll be doing mod pack. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a pretty busy day. Gotta show that weekly love to it. Oh, of course. But I got that alpha Minecraft episode figured out. Those aren't too bad, even with Below Zero ended. I think that could work just fine alongside Journey. If I do the finale, we'll see. I might even just pause that one for a bit too, depending on viewership or whatever. If it still gets great attention, then I'll keep going with it like nonstop. But obviously, I don't expect a stream tomorrow. I did 2 subs today. Yeah, you did 2 Subnautica streams today. You're doing pretty good for yourself. I tried to do one, but my PlayStation wasn't cooperating, and then I was like, yeah, now it makes sense just not to bother with it for a while. At least Below Zero tomorrow. Ooh, at least you'll get to see that one, the Below Zero base building stream, because I'm off tomorrow. I got a good day to just grind out the base in Subnautica, Below Zero, and the rest can just be probably, since I got the episode uploaded for Below Zero early, I'll probably just hold off on editing any more Below Zero until around the weekend. And then, yeah, should be pretty good. Hopefully Below Zero can end within another few streams, and then I can just focus on Journey. That's really the goal, or the plan here. You know, everything's kind of in states right now. Like Minecraft Through Time, Devin said he was okay with waiting for. I mean, he was just like, yeah, I'm doing other stuff. I think it would be good to just wait on that a bit. So, because I think, well, I was kind of not planning on taking a break from Minecraft Through Time, like a longer break, but it'll be nice for that too. And Alpha's a nice little thing to keep me occupied, and that can just be a thing that runs in the background, even if I take breaks from that. Like the Renewcraft Mini. Sheesh, 10 people streaming right now. So much lurkage. Gotta lurk on every possible device. I wonder, did Evan stream tonight? I don't think he did. He didn't stream. I don't know when he streams Subnautica though, honestly. If he has like a specific day, I don't think he does. He just kind of starts streaming some days. I gotta watch his other stream too, so maybe when I go into no commentary, if I do today, then I'll watch that. We'll see how long I last today, because I got up at like 6:30. I've gotten up at like really early some of these days, because you sleep on a couch and you get woken up. The worst part about it is that they're short, so when I realize it already ended, yeah, you gotta really be on it for like the 40 minutes to an hour streams. Because I think like the sweet spot for me right now is like the 2 hours for the non-journey, and then journey is like 5 or 6 hours or whatever. But honestly, like the 3-4 hour streams are pretty good, because you can get a fair bit of work done. And you can get to chatting and people join and whatnot. Like it's a good length. It's just easiest to edit like the 2 hour ones. I was able to do like an hour and 40. Like which ones did I do today? Obviously the Below Zero and the Alpha. I guess that's what I did. Because I was a little bit backlogged on Below Zero, and I didn't want to have a third one on top of that, so I like to try at least keep consistent with things. And then Journey, I was trying to stagger, but I got really busy over the weekend, and I didn't have time to get one of the episodes kind of fleshed out to upload. So Journey is kind of being Journey and always a little step behind, but that's okay. That's all good. And yeah, I don't even know about Factorio right now. I think Factorio can come back after Journey's gone, honestly. Like Factorio, Subnautica, whatever really I can think of that I've been kind of keeping on hold for the past while that I actually do want to come back to. Because I usually say that, like, oh yeah, I want to come back to it, and then I never do. But no, I actually do. I would I'm really enjoying that, and that got a lot of attention in a short period of time. And if I was smart, I would have continued it, but I got busy, a few busy weekends and stuff, and you know, the days that it landed on was just not great. Or whenever I was feeling like doing it, I was always busy. I kind of have to be in a mood to do stuff. And usually Journey is best done at like the ends of my days, and that's kind of the trouble with like doing all sorts of stuff beforehand. That's what makes the final push so difficult, but it's gonna require sacrifice. So I'm gonna have to really throw all the other series under the bus for a while and just gun for Journey, because I know I won't get there otherwise. Because I've been talking about it for months, and the turnover happened a little bit there. I did like the 100,000 walking episode, like the marathon last week, and then yeah, we've hit the halt again. So gotta keep some momentum. So that's why I'm here, even if I get tired in a few hours or whatever. It's the consistency that counts. I was gonna try and do like one marathon day a week, but this week is a little bit all over the place. So tomorrow is like the closest I can do, but the below zero takes precedence because I want to get the base done and then hopefully do one more stream after that if I can have it nicely wrapped up in terms of base work. Because then it'll just be all the loose ends in one stream pretty much at that point, like Subnautica was. Hopefully not in a friggin' 12-hour though, but I don't think I'd let it get that bad again. Get that bad. I mean, it was fun. It was a lot of fun with Subnautica, but it's also a lot. Also on my end too, I guess. I was just talking about like viewership and stuff. People, no one would watch like a 9.5-hour stream, but because that's what it ended up being after like all the edits and stuff. It was even shorter actually when I edited out even more, but I just gave up on editing it. It was just too much of a friggin' pain in the ass. Because I had it edited and then Clipchamp was giving me friggin' hell. And so that's why I kind of gave up on it there. Although it does work when you go back to it later after the fact. If you go back and try and do it again later, but CapCut hasn't really been giving me any issues with the Subnautica streams. So, and I guess the Minecraft ones that I edit, the odd ones. I did technically do a Journey one at one point, but I think I'm fine with just having the Journey ones be in parts. That's just kind of the way I've always done it. Journey is untouched. That's my whole thing with it. Is I try not to touch it too much. Because then the whole can of beans, or the whole can opens up. Can of worms. I don't know why I said can of beans. Thinking of beans. The whole can of worms opens up though. And I start backtracking and stuff in Journey, and that's just when things get really hairy when I'm going back to early streams. Like, oh, this one will be good with breaks, edit it out. Just don't worry about it. Straight from the source, you know. Don't need anything crazy. Anywho's. Usually I have like some stuff to talk about. Like last time I had a lot of different stuff to discuss. I don't think too much has really developed from like the stuff I talked about last time. I played a little bit of games. I didn't play much. Honestly, like I said, it was kind of like a break from everything weekend, which was really nice. I think I needed that. Break from work, break from streaming, break from gaming. Because as nice as it is, it's just as nice to just step back and just enjoy some reality for a bit. And just get to catch up and stuff with all sorts of peoples. Yeah, what did I even talk about last time? Oh yeah, Minecraft progression. Growing away from Minecraft. I was talking with Devin the other day, catching up with him because I hadn't talked to him in a while, and we were talking about like the Renewcraft and he was talking about some stuff about coming back in the, after the break and stuff, some of the things he wanted to do. And this is kind of my food for thought, my kind of plan currently, obviously, with like 10 or I don't know however many months it is until it'll come back. Quite a few anyway, like around 10 months or so. But when that comes back, I want to kind of go into it with a fresh perspective. And usually for me, fresh perspective means wiping the slate for myself. Now, in the past, I would usually be like resetting or whatever, but I don't need the server to reset. I've done it before on this server where I've reset myself and got myself kind of in a better spirit or whatever with like heavy metal and stuff. And I was telling Devin that Minecraft through time, I mean, I'm assuming that'll happen before Renewcraft comes back. Like, no doubt it'll come back before then if it does. And I was like, well, for the ruins base in beta, I think I'm going to use a lot of inspiration that I was kind of going to use for heavy metal. Well, obviously not palette work and stuff, but this whole like gothic, well not gothic, but like this whole like medieval ye old town type village. And I was going to build like ruins and maybe even some like intact buildings and stuff like that. Just like some storytelling in this like area. And I was going to take a page out of heavy metal. So I'm assuming by the time I get back, I'll be on a completely different brainwave. I mean, obviously, even right now, I'm kind of thinking about Renewcraft with a different brainwave. So it'll be even more so that way, especially after all the new updates in Minecraft by that point. So I'll be in a bit of a different place, so I'll kind of put myself basically in a new area, I think. Well, maybe, I don't know where I'll go, but I think I will just try and find something different in the world. And I think Devin was gonna join me. We might try and round up some people to go and, or this is way later from now, of course, like I said, but by that point, we'll probably try and gather some people and start like a new kind of valley in the world, and then the people who don't want to move or don't want to keep doing what they're doing can keep doing what they're doing, and then I can kind of do my new experimental stuff and just kind of take what I've learned over the series is since the servers and since like Renewcraft kind of went all over the place for me, and even like I guess even before Renewcraft, like because Renewcraft I was still kind of playing the same old tune and doing like I was trying to basically play the world with like this like mentality of getting all the projects done in a limited time span or whatever, like constraints, and being like, okay, I want to finish my starter base this week, or I want to do this. And it's good to have goals like that, but you also gotta know your own limits and stuff. And I was definitely very busy in this time, and I didn't pace myself in that kind of respect. So I want to play differently. I want to have, we'll see about consistency. I'm assuming I'll be pretty solid with the consistency by the time I come back. I'll be excited to get back into it, and it'll be a lot of fun, I'm hoping, but that'll require a lot of changes for me, I think, in terms of how I treat the game and just kind of not having so much pressure all the time. I think that was a big thing, was like the unnecessary pressure, and not like I was holding it to unnecessary standards, but it was my own standards that were kind of shoot yourself in the foot type thing. And so I'm gonna kind of put the brakes on that and reevaluate and come back to it with a good perspective and shift. And even in terms of playing, like I'm gonna probably restart my gear again. Well, we'll see. I have my gear at heavy metal I can come back to if I do change my mind, because I put it in a chest since it's going to Java from Bedrock, so most inventories will be cleared in that event. So I've emptied, and I got everyone to empty their stuff into chests and stuff. At least as many people who really cared to. But I wanted to test out like the new copper stuff, and I wanted to just mess around a bit more, be a bit more small scale, and just kind of doing things a lot more minimalist. Kind of take a page out of like even the Minecraft through time or the alpha now, because technically Minecraft through time I built this crazy thing like the mansion, but I kind of worked it up in pieces. I didn't build it all at once. I didn't gather all the materials and just built it all right away. I kind of worked away at it in manageable slices, and I don't really do that with a lot of builds in Minecraft, at least the modern versions. So I think I want to take some inspiration from that. And hopefully I'll be able to learn a bunch more by that point. And obviously I'm not sure if I will kind of be playing much modern Minecraft in that time, but I think that'll be the good thing, that I'll just have all these ideas to come back to. And it'll just be like this fresh experience. Because in my alpha stream today, which just uploaded as of me streaming this Journey episode here, I was kind of like, oh, I'll be actually excited to return to modern, which is kind of a bit novel for me, since I really have been only excited to play the servers because they were servers, or because they had other people on them. And I was trying to get into them, but I think it was just something about the way I was playing and treating these worlds, especially just given the amount of years that I've been trying to do this kind of stuff and the amount of attempts. And I think, people like Devin who've been with me since the beginning of this stuff, he kind of agrees, and I think we just needed that break, and it's gonna be good. And it'll be good kind of this summer too, to take breaks from selective series for a while, just focus on Journey. The real bread and butter, get that finished and not really worry too much about the other stuff. In a little bit anyway. Obviously, I'll still have to wrap some things up, but we'll get there. I can figure it out. That's the plan anyway. But yeah, that's kind of the Beam of Ford channel portion of the episode. The kind of series discussion, as I do like every friggin' episode of this series. But you know what? That's just the way it goes. That's just how I roll. Oh wow. Instantaneous. Beautiful terrain. Look at this. I should keep my eyes up for those mushrooms too. I don't want to risk dying or anything again, because that happened last episode. It was brutal. Oh my gosh. I'm not even kidding. I mean, obviously you saw at the beginning of this episode, it's just, the world's turning against me the second I don't have food now. That's just the way it goes, and you have to be prepared for these things, and I'm just not prepared. I got rid of all those mushrooms because I was like, well, save inventory space, I can just grab the mushrooms when I need them. But I didn't think about the fact of running out of mushrooms and not having enough to make more stew, and being in trouble. Oh, the train continues. Should reorganize my inventory too, because it got all shuffled from my death. It's always a good thing to do. Inventory management. I think it's kind of not really necessary, but it helps a lot with kind of being efficient with things. And also just, a nice clean inventory is always nice. It's just like a clean room, or, a clean computer, which I'm one to talk. Oh, see, look at that. I'm one to talk with clean computers. God, my computer is terrible. On the surface, it's fine, but you look at the friggin' files and stuff. Oh, I am not very hygienic in terms of computer stuff. Just tons of junk files everywhere. Well, it's not like scrambled or anything, but it's basically as close to scrambled as you could get without being scrambled. I just throw stuff wherever it fits, basically, and that's kind of how I roll. And when I run into problems, I just clear up all the bulk junk, Do like the spring cleaning pretty often. It's just like in Journey here, where my inventory gets out of whack, filled with all sorts of stuff, and I have to empty it out. That happens a bit. I kind of hoard things a bit. I'm kind of bad for that in Minecraft. I don't really do that kind of thing in real life, but in terms of Minecraft, holy. Oh, I love this area here. It's so cool. I love like the shallow pond. Or it's kind of a lake, I guess, this size, but it's pretty shallow. And the very flat terrain there. But like in Minecraft, I'm just the kind of player that is like the rainy day player. Like I grab everything that I could possibly grab in Minecraft, because I never know when I'll need it, because I always have it happen where I grab stuff or I miss out on stuff and I'm like, shoot, I needed that kind of thing. So I always try to make room. And that's usually why I get shulker boxes, and that's why I'll probably be getting those on Renewcraft pretty soon. I'm sure when that comes back, I won't be taking too long before I get that back. It depends, I guess, on what I do, if I restart or whatever myself. But I'm usually pretty like, I just want to grab. That's usually why in Subnautica I have like all of the storage mods and modules and things that I can basically throw in the game, because nothing is enough at times. And if you watch that series, you definitely know what the amount of hoarding that goes on, and in a long-term world in general. I mean, Journeys. The lucky thing about Journey is it's paced. I'm not playing this like a usual world where I'd be going and grabbing things all the time. It's kind of the battery where I grab a bunch of stuff and then I use it over a long period of time. And that has just been what works for Journey. Obviously, if I had, if there's stuff I could do differently, I could probably talk about a bunch of that. I mean, in the future, I think it'd be kind of fun after I reach the Farlands to do like a Farlanders, I don't know about like a guide, but Farlands for Dummies type thing. Well, not like discussing the Farlands specifically, but like the journey portion, like some of the things I've learned and maybe some things that people could improve upon for their own journeys, that kind of thing. I could do that at some point. Just in good fun, like not even like a serious video or anything, just like me, just laying it on me kind of thing. Looks like a meteor crashed here. Kind of does actually, with all the sand kind of blowing out of the way there. Good, I'm going the right way. It's a bit more challenging actually, funnily enough. You'd think having the little compass in the middle of the crossbar, or the hotbar, crosshair and hotbar combined there. You'd think having it in the middle right here where the torches are would be kind of worse than having the coordinates to be able to look at. But sometimes I just get talking, and usually I'm looking at my hotbar a lot more than the coordinates sometimes. And it's easy to get kind of turned around. That one, if you watch enough Journey, you'll know that I get myself turned around quite a bit. It's a common occurrence, to say the least. And so, yeah, it's surprising that I don't really look at it sometimes. I mean, I obviously just get lost in discussion or whatever. But the hotbar is usually the thing, so I guess I should have kept my compass, but I got rid of it because I just never really used it. I kind of became more dependent on the coordinates, and that's why I had the mini-map. And I think for the large part, I'm pretty good with the direction. And I don't really need to know where spawn is because I have my coordinates here. Obviously, if it was a coordinate-less adventure, I might want to use redstone, or make the compass so that I don't get lost. Because it would be super easy at that point to get lost because you don't have any guidance, no coordinates, no nothing. And so, yeah, that's the thing. And I know I've discussed it recently about hiding the coordinates at a certain point to add a bit of mystery towards the end. And I'm trying to figure out what the sweet spot would be, because I would quite like to do something like that, just because it kind of strips away the knowledge. And obviously, as I said when I discussed this initially the few times, that I would probably keep taking screenshots of coordinates, so I would be able to update the descriptions after the journey finishes. But the big negative about that has kind of been slowing me down from considering something like that is that I won't know when I'll get there. And I know that's kind of part of the fun. That's like the whole purpose of doing that. But not knowing when I'll get there kind of makes finale streams and stuff like that a bit less feasible. Why just chatting? Well, I set them to just chatting on Twitch because it's less about Minecraft and more just about me talking about things and people and the viewers giving me topics and stuff and just chatting away. At least in terms of journey here. The no commentary journey, I guess, is just Minecraft. But I saw Lufo did that. Another person who journey. And I gave you a topic. I guess it depends on the topic. If I can kind of prattle on and we can make some good discussion, sure. Oh gosh. Maybe not that. Gotta draw the line somewhere, buddy. Haha. Not talking about the bloody island today. That's not what I meant. Just stuff, not that. Nothing political, or I guess that's not political. Nothing political or like criminal like that. Stuff that people could be like very opinionated over and get all flamed or I'll get all fired up or whatever. I just want to talk about stuff that doesn't get people after me. What do you think of red? Like the color? Are you talking about? Or is there something more specific you're referencing? Color, the color red. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's my favorite color. It's I often think of red as a pretty, well, obviously we think of colors a lot of people think of them very differently, but I think of it as like a very like a violent or passionate color. My mother's calling me. Oh, that's interesting. But Jason's always got some good quips. I should make some more boats actually. Maybe Blaze got bored of me talking about my organizational problems in Minecraft and left. It's too bad I was having fun talking about how my computer has a bunch of junk on it. There we go. But red, yeah, that's a color. That's a color and a half, color and 3/4, if you will. But honestly, it is up there though. I wear a lot of red. It's an underrated one for me, I think. I don't think about it that much, but it's around a lot. Yeah, there's all bed placed here. Oh, I should see where Lufo's at. I don't really. I know when Lufo's arriving. I'll just check in closer to that point. I'm not gonna get too carried away with that. What do you think of green? Green's not bad either. Bean, man. Oh, now you're there. Oh, yeah. I'm just chilling, watching some stuff. Green is a pretty solid color, too. I don't think I wear as much green, though. I wear a little bit. I like kind of a fluorescent green. Well, not fluorescent, but I like a pastel green. That's a good color. But actually like dark green or green, they're okay. Nothing to write home about for me. It's all opinion stuff. What do you think of sea salt blue? Not bad either. I'm a big fan of blue. So most blues I can get behind. Is blue my favorite? I don't know. It's a pretty like bog standard favorite color. And I've seen so much of it that it's like, ah. But it's pretty solid as well. Yeah, it's pretty nice actually. I like the pastel. Should popularity waive facts? I don't think so. You don't think so? In a public setting like this, technically speaking. I guess I do have a habit of defaulting to that because I'm a friggin' softie. No, I do speak my mind. Honestly, though, it's a pretty sea salt is pretty solid. I'm looking at it here because I had to look it up because I don't know exactly what color that was. A pretty specific color, but I like a good pastel. No, I'm not sure why though. You said blue might not be your favorite because it's so popular as people's favorites. Well, I mean, it's kind of true to a respect. I feel like blue loses value as a color because so many people like it sometimes. I know it sounds counterintuitive. What is up? Not too much. What is up with you, Cherry? Just got back from a break today. It's nice and refreshing. But Journey's gotta pick up. 500 coming soon is pretty solid. Color is not about the viewer, it's about the experience. Right, get the philosophy. Okay, right. I shot myself in the foot again, again by asking about discussion topics because you go into philosophy mode. Everyone sees color differently, exactly. Don't let others choose your journey. Well, I wouldn't say I'm letting other people choose my journey. Like shrimp. Shrimp. You like blue? I like it enough. Like I'm being honest when I say that. Like blue is, it's okay. I used to love it. I'm not, blue's your favorite. It's not my favorite color. I know myself. You don't know me. I know myself. And it's not because it's people's favorite color. You would like blue. Okay, Cherry. I wear blue a lot, but that doesn't make it my favorite color. Just like people wear green a lot, like people in the military, and they don't like blue or like green. And just because I have positive things to say about a color doesn't make it my favorite. My favorite color is red. Ooh, that's a good one. But Jason just mentioned that one. Red is actually, it's up there. My favorite color is green. Well, right on, Jason. No one asked, but I thought I'd share anyway. No, this is that's what Journey's here for. It's an open stream, exactly. I don't have enough jibber jabber to fill up hours and hours of streams, unfortunately, the way I do Journey. What shade of green are we talking? Yeah, what shade of green are we talking, Jason? No, you mentioned sea salt blue, you got greenery. You absolutely do have enough jibber jabber. I don't know. I'm not. I don't. I just like. I don't think I have enough juice. You know. You know, like for the amount I want to walk in Journey, it kind of. It would be nice to just do Journey only when I feel like talking, but I also want to get to the Farlands in a decent time frame. That was kind of the whole point why I started doing. Well, actually, I mean, that's kind of a strange thing to discuss because Journey kind of started off without streaming at all, and streaming just got added on Journey as an element. So it was always kind of a certain way. And that's probably why it wasn't really coordinated or anything. I did the in-between episode progress because I knew doing like 2 episodes a week of like an hour or so was not really gonna get me anywhere in the long term. It would have taken me a lot more than these 3 years. So you didn't film all of it? What do you mean? Film all of it? Like the early stuff that I didn't stream, you're talking? Because, yeah, that stuff, there's no record of it apart from the pictures I've taken, or the screenshots, and my notebook. Because I know it was a thing. I knew I walked it, but there's no film of it. Only from like episode 13 is it like a consistent stream, because before episode 13 was like uh it was commentary, but no commentary. Getting your record docked from the Farlands website. Okay, cool. You do that. I don't care. Honestly. Because I know I've walked this entire journey myself. No matter what happens outside of it, I know what I've done, and that it's kind of always been like that. So no matter what other people think, I kind of, I know what I've done and I'm proud of it. I believe you. Well, the previous message doesn't really convey that belief, but I'll take your word, Jason. I trust you. No, but honestly, I've done things in this world that the Farlandian Council would not agree with, because, of course, I didn't really know that was a thing for a long time. I didn't even really. I thought I was joking about it actually earlier. I don't know if I like talked about it in my journey episodes back then, but I kind of was joking about it. But it's an actual thing. There's actual people out there that have rules and stuff, and I'm just here to walk in a Minecraft world. I'm not really a part of this greater, thing. I mean, I guess I am indirectly, but it kind of started as like a personal project, and it'll end as a personal project. All, you guys are involved and all. I'm definitely gonna recognize that, and I do. I love the streaming and I love everything about it, but I didn't start streaming because of Journey, and I didn't start Journey because of streaming. Journey is just kind of there. It was there, and I was like, you know what? I should stream Journey. Would you do? Like you said, I already had that like first little while of the journey. That wasn't streamed or anything. Although they said it has to be greater than 10% of the journey that's not there, and I believe that was less than 10%, so technically I think that's still within line. Anything else? I don't know what... You walked in the nether for an episode. Yeah, that happened too. Because that was before I knew of this Farland Council. I went to like the nether once or twice for like a short trip just to see what it was like, because people kept asking me. And apparently that's a no to the Farland Council as well, for like the type of journey. Look at me knowing my Beam of 4 lore. Yeah, you know the lore, Jerry. You got it. I'm trying to remember. There's a lot of stuff that's happened in Journey. But yeah, like I said, I was kind of out of the loop most of the journey, so I just did whatever I felt like. I'm not an OG like that. I'm not gonna lie. And of course, the season 1 to season 2 transition, that is probably the most infamous. I don't know if I was around for that. For the Nether? I did it a few. I did. Well, actually, I did the Megasode initially, the Perilous Nether Venture, and that was like the first thing. And then I did it again, I think, in the marathon. This was all still before I ever knew of the council and the rules or whatever. I don't know when I got here. I just know it's been a while. Yeah. You got here around, I think, around the first 1 year mark. I think it was around that point, because it was around like Farland Anniversary 2023, I think. But like, there's not much I can do about the past, you know, and not having known. Like, you can't really change that. Like, I started this world as a personal project, and everything I did was kind of, you know, just whatever I felt like doing, and that's kind of how I've always done it here. And now, of course, now that I know of all this stuff, I don't screw around with that anymore. 'Cause I know what they want or whatever. East 2023, yeah. For real, for real. You have the best Farlands journey to me. No, I appreciate it. It may not be the fastest, it may not be the most entertaining, not the most exciting at times, but it's my journey nonetheless, and it's got my kind of touch in it. August 1st, 2023, you followed. That's so exciting. Me, December 20th, 2024. Yeah, I remember, because I think it was the Subnautica stuff, right? But this is so exciting. This is fire content. What do you mean? I am on the edge of my seat. Okay. Right, I'll just believe that. It's my journey though. Like I was saying, it's not a perfect journey because it's me, you know. I'm not perfect. I'm not speed running. I haven't recorded the whole journey, and I kind of accept that. Because there's no point in kind of being all lost up in it kind of thing. It's like, oh, the past. Oh, I'm regretting. Oh. Yeah, there's no point in regretting. Regretting is a good way to kind of know what not to do in the future, or what to do. I guess either or. There's sheep. Oh my god, he's climbing a hill. Right. Holy cow. Holy crap. As Tinfoil Chef would say. Or at least that's what he said in Hermitcraft 9 when he saw the mountainous terrain in 1.18. Okay, I'm done now. Good stuff. And you mentioned the boat hopping. The boat hopping is actually allowed too. That's explicitly allowed, although I did that long before I knew about the council as well. Because just one day, and this all just came about, like the whole council stuff came about one day where I think Sav was like watching my streams a lot, and Sav was like, "Are you on the Discord?" I'm like, "What Discord?" And Sav just invited me to it, and there's just like all these Farlanders and stuff on it. I'm like, "What the hell?" I thought this was I was just joking about it. I didn't think there was an actual like thing. And there's like a whole like rule set and different journeys you can attempt and stuff, and like the speed running information and all that, and the Farland optimization mod that I now have. It's crazy. What's boat hopping? Is it the weird thing you do with the boat? I'm assuming it makes you faster. Yeah, it's kind of like messing with the collision of the boat. You hop in and out of it repeatedly, and it pushes the boat forward because boats have like a slow acceleration here in old Minecraft. So that's a trick that the first person to go to the Farlands kill a crazy man picked up. And he used it, and a bunch of other Farlanders have used it too. Yeah, and you're so good at it. Oh my god, Cherry's just absolutely roasting me today. I mean, that's just every time Cherry's here. Thank you, Cherry, for being thank you for being here. Actually, you know what? To be fair, I've not gotten out of the boat accidentally, got myself out of the boat and had to swim or whatever. That doesn't happen as often anymore. Okay, I have improved. Maybe not much. But let's just say I've improved, for lack of a better word. I'll believe it when I see it. Okay. There are people that tag along for moral support, and then there's Cherry. Cherry always is motivation in other senses of the word. Spite, I would call it, actually. It's more to spite the word. I mean, hey, Devin says it when he says it best. I think spite is one of the greatest motivators. It's not really a pure motivation. It's not like the nicest, but Definitely can get the job done. When someone says you can't do things. Don't bring Devin into this. I'm bringing Devin into this, Jerry, and there's nothing you can do. You can say all you want about my journey, but I can bring Devin in at any time. I'm walking here. You are the viewer. You are the passenger, okay? You can say all you want. I can say, I'm going to turn this journey right around back to spawn. And there's nothing to be done. Who is Devin? Oh, that's my best friend who tags along for the frequent streams and usually some series and stuff. Some loser. Okay, Jerry. What about me? You're here. Talks a lot. So do you. So does every viewer. Every viewer has to talk. You said best friend, but I'm here. Yeah, but you see, Jason, Devin I've known for a lot longer than anybody I've had on streaming with. Longer than Blaze, longer than Cherry, longer than you. And it's not anything impersonal. It's just that I have personal connection with these people. And unfortunately, kind of no matter what, there's always kind of that barrier through the online stuff. Devin talks too much. Yeah. Good, Cherry. What did you tell him? Is he a paid actor or something? Everyone is way cooler, Jason. I'm dying. The spiders. I have stream muted. No, Blaze is just reacting to the chat and the chat alone. Right, the modded epicness. Getting killed by giant spiders. Me and Devin are gonna start a podcast. You guys should listen. Yep, you should. Honestly, you could just hijack some journey streams, you two, and then it could just be like an underground journey episode kind of thing. The Devin and Cherry podcast where I'm just walking, no commentary, and then you guys are just talking over top of it like a podcast. Like that would be pretty funny. What is the podcast about? Politics. Literally everything I don't talk about. Because I don't know. I prefer not to talk about stuff like that. You'll never guess. For some reason, I prefer not to talk about the real world politics. I wonder why. Maybe because this isn't Farlands or canceled. If you haven't heard of it, that's a podcast, Walking to the Farlands, where they talk about everything trying to get canceled, basically. Well, they just talk openly about stuff. Well, I am not of use. I don't know politics. Oh. Well, you just gotta before canceled speedrun, yeah. They're like, how could Beam4 upload this material on his channel after saying all that? How fast can we get you banned from Twitch? Yeah, that's basically what that would be. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's an idea. Oh, the boat hopping begins. I was gonna see where Lufo was, because Lufo's journey is ending soon. And unfortunately, old me, I have a bit of a comparisonitis of seeing someone else being further in a journey, and basically that because I was like, okay, it would be cool to kind of see where Lufo is, just so I can kind of motivate myself to go, continue going and stuff. But it just kind of became one of those things where it kind of got out of hand for myself, where I was just like in my head about it. And I don't know why, I really appreciate Lufo. Lufo's a great streamer, and I'm really excited for when Lufo makes it. And then meanwhile, I see like the coordinates, and then there's that part of me that's just like mad about it, and I'm like, well, what the heck? There's no point to that. I just wanted to do it just for some healthy competition. I always like a bit of that, but the art of the getting lost in the art of comparison is never fun. It's just like I say, oh, I never look at the numbers. I'm looking at the numbers. I don't get like, like I said, I don't like completely like dictate everything off of it, but it has its influences. I don't really say that. Like I say that, like I'm pretty honest about that. But it's just like I'm just gonna be there for the end. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yeah, really, like it's true. And it's something I can't really control over, so the best thing I can do is just appreciate Lufo's journey and stuff, and appreciate my journey, just like I talked to Lufo about, and not get lost in that, and just be happy that we're both going to be getting there, and not really mattering who gets there when. Because I find people often have a lot of, it's very easy to just get lost in that, and there's just nothing nice about it. It kind of takes part in that kind of drifting away from the journey thing, I think, for me. It kind of pushes me away in a certain way. And that's just not good. That's just, can't have that. And like I said, I've chatted with Lufo a lot. Lufo's really cool. And I respect Lufo for being able to speedrun the journey to the Farlands in less than 6 months. I have no chance of catching up to that pace, because I can't do 26-hour streams with 18 hours of walking or whatever. So some things are just impossible to keep up with, and it's just best to just appreciate things from both sides and not let it steal the joy, steal the happiness. If that makes sense. Hopefully it doesn't come across as Beamo4 is a bitter person and is jealous of another person's success, because that's not what's going on. You're on two different journeys, my friend. Exactly. That's what's going on. Two entirely different journeys that start at entirely different times and are under entirely different guidelines, right? And, like precedent, kind of the ways we went into it, because I went into my journey not even thinking I'd get past 30,000. Lufo went into their journey, I'd assume, with the mindset of, I'm going to get to the Farlands in like 6 months or less, and head it down to the T. Well, pretty much. So it's a very different situation, and my journey just kind of sprawled out over a few years, and I didn't really coordinate much of any of it. It was just kind of for fun for me mostly, and for Lufo it's more of the speed running, and as soon as the Farlands is achieved, Lufo is kind of out the window and moving on to the next speed running project. And for me, it may be kind of a similar thing of me kind of jumping out the window as soon as journey's over, but I might come back. Or I might do stuff around that time even too. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do. Because I was like, well, Journey could be like my main world or something. I don't think Journey will be my main world after I reach the Farlands, but it'll be a fun world nonetheless. Is he a popular streamer? Yeah. Yeah, not too bad. Pretty solid streamer. Like, I'm just saying, like, Lufo's got I think Lufo inherently has a lot more going for them as a streamer than me, because I just stream just to have fun and mess around with stuff. Lufo seems to be a lot more like good with things. I have a lot more art, a lot of good art, and a lot of good discussion, a good like community going. I mean, obviously I have you guys, and this is great. But of course, you don't see all sorts of graphics and stuff, and I'm not like a flashy kind of thing. Yeah, but you have me in chat, therefore you have more going for you. Exactly. And to be honest, like a lot of the stuff with me is not really dependent on Twitch. Like I love the Twitch, I love people being in the Twitch chat and stuff, but there's also the YouTube side of it too, and that gets attention too. I don't want fancy art. I just want Bean Man. Exactly. That's what I really like. I don't like flashiness and all sorts of crazy, or not flashiness, but I just like the bare bones. That's why I do it this way, and that's honestly why I really didn't edit for the longest time, because I just like to get out there what I like to do. Oh, here come the creepers. Here come the spiders too. Yes, and me too. I am like the greatest person to ever exist. Shout out to my fans, of course. The Cherry fans who are frothing at the mouths at the fact of a Cherry joining for an episode again. I am well aware of this. They've been sending mail to my house somehow. They've found my address. Anyway, sending ransom letters. But no, just kidding. Anyway, no, but no matter what happens, I just get excited when stuff happens for things. I mean, honestly, just for like Lufo or me, or even just me too. Like I just like when good things happen to good people, you know. And there's nothing really else beyond that. Cherry special when? Episode 500, Cherry. It's 3 episodes away. Well, even less now. But like I'm just like my whole philosophy with the streaming stuff is I'm not really in this to become famous and get all that prestige or any of that. I'm not in it for any of that. I'm just in it just to have a good time, and hopefully I've managed to project that and that casual nature, just like not being caught up in much of anything. Because honestly, like for the most part, 99% of the time that is true. And I talk about that 1% today. I feel like I should talk about it, because what's the point in not mentioning that? You gotta discuss things, and Journey's the perfect place for that. Obviously, I don't tap into personal stuff, because just for safety and whatnot. But I could talk about, that kind of stuff anyway, the streaming side. But anyway, hopefully that kind of gives you a good picture anyway. Whoever's kind of curious about that, or kind of whatever. Good discussion, maybe. Yeah, I'll have to have you on, Cherry, very soon. If you're around for the 500th. Or the 550th, well, 550th. Who knows? Who knows if there'll even be a 550th for Journey with the final push. Which is kind of the big event that'll be going on this year instead of Farland Anniversary, I think. I'm around, just give me a heads up. Because it'll land itself. Episode 500 will be, hopefully it's a good day for me too, because I'd like to do a bit of walking on that day. If not, then, that after that will be like a good start to the final push, but well, it's like, so it's 97 today, 98 tomorrow on the 8th, 99 on the 9th, and then the 10th will be 500, I think, if that all adds up. So 3 days from now, anyway. Obviously, just simple maths, but I'm getting tired. I'm not my best cognitive shape in terms of my performance during the day. But the 10th, okay, let me see. I don't know what my work's looking like that day. Is it a good day? Ooh, it's a good day. Oh, that'll be a good day. I'm all out of work early that day. I'll be able to do a nice marathon on a Thursday there. What was I supposed to stream? Slime Rancher? Yeah, that's okay. Slime Rancher can get thrown under the bus, or I could stream it beforehand or something. I missed 1 week already, so maybe I'll do a longer stream. We'll see if I can fit it in somewhere. I don't know. I'm thinking of doing the final push. Like I told Blaze earlier, I was talking about it that. Well, I don't know if Blaze was there. He might have gone already by that point. But for the final push, I'm basically just gonna toss all the other series aside and just do Journey until the end. And maybe for some portion of this final push, like the last 100,000 or last whatever, however many blocks, I will probably turn off the coordinates and just take screenshots behind the scenes and not look at them. So then I and everyone else can be surprised when the Farlands happens. And then if it's like a small distance like that, I could do that in like the finale stream. And then I just won't know when I'll get there. I mean, I'll have like a rough estimate, but I won't like try to do the math or anything for that. I'll just let it happen. I don't know if that's a cool idea or not. I thought that was kind of neat. It's a bit out there, but I think like it's better than my initial idea. My initial idea was having like the last like million or 500,000, but I want it to be manageable. I want to be able to do like the finale stream, you know? And if I do it like that, then I won't, every stream will be the finale stream in that case. And I won't know when I'll get there. And it'll just be like a lot longer version of that. So maybe like a smaller push, like the big push at the end kind of thing. Like the big finish can be with no coordinates. Whether that be 12.4 million or whatever, 12.45 million. It'll be quite a ways from now anyway. But that'll be kind of the end of things, and I think that'll be a fun idea, just to not know which Farland I'll reach first. Because if you see the coordinates, you'll know which one I'd reach first, and it. Because the whole thing with the I mean, obviously with the edge Farlands is different because you just reach the coordinate, you're there. But with the corner, I could reach one first or the other. So I think that'd be kind of fun to not know. Obviously, it would have been kind of interesting to just have done that the whole journey, but then I couldn't have planned anything out. No milestones or anything apart from like the rough ones, like 1 year, 2 years, and I just won't know the coordinates of them. So I kind of liked having the coordinates with me the whole time, even if it kind of killed the suspense for most of the journey. It'd be kind of like being in isolation or whatever, where you wouldn't really know how much had gone by or whatever at any stage. You'd kind of be able to get a rough idea from how much you recorded or whatever, which I think is kind of cool. I think the original Farlanding way, only like pressing like the F3 occasionally or whatever. But I just, of course, it started outside of the streaming, outside of all that. I just kind of developed that system prior to any of it. That was just the way I wanted to do it. I think it's gone pretty well for me in terms of how I've wanted to do it. I think I've served it well, and obviously there's not very much like I really could have done to screw that up, but I did. I think I did a decent job with that. But that'll be kind of August territory whenever that finale stream lands. It's gonna take a lot to get there from here because I still got around 2 million to go, and I've got not much time left now, almost a month. So that's gonna be a lot of walking. Obviously it doesn't have to land itself specifically on like the 13th through 16th or whatever. I can do it later than that. It's not that big of a deal. That was kind of my initial landing pad, but as the break went on, I just kind of enjoying taking time away and all these other things and work and stuff. I think it's just fair to try and land it roughly in that period, because who cares if I get to the 13th, the 16th, the 23rd. It just matters that I get there and that I'm not having to do it when I'm ultra busy again like last year, and it was just kind of a mess where I was just kind of going into stuff, and it's a thing like the server or something. I feel like I could manage that a lot better in the time, but like Journey is something that I always want to like keep a steady stream, and it's hard to keep a steady stream when I'm being crushed by work, so that's kind of the whole idea. That was like the whole idea why I wanted to do the final push was so that honestly, I mean, I can put this to bed, but I also just don't have to like keep it going when I don't want to do it. And obviously there's breaks and stuff, but it would just be like braked into oblivion basically at that point, and I'd be back like next summer trying the same thing basically, and it would just be a little bit. So hopefully that makes sense. I kind of prattle on, and that's kind of the thing I do. I get going on a discussion and then I just go off to the races and forget where I started. That's what Journey, I mean, Journey is just the echo chamber series, basically. But speaking of, what do we have? Hour and a half. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break to grab a quick bite to eat. I need a little recharge, so I'm gonna mute the mic for a second, pause the stream for a bit here. And yeah, I'll be just a quick minute here. Alright, I'm gonna craft some leggings here, but we're finished for today. I'm pretty tired. Like I said, had an early morning, so I'm gonna go to bed early as well and get a good start on tomorrow's Below Zero and Journeyage. But thank you though, everybody, for tuning into this one. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.